He's still in retreat here. And I suppose you have to have the question, ask the question, what has Mora got left?
But you know something, Barry? He's got that will and that desire of a young, hungry kid.
Yes.
He talked today about, you know, I just want to be able to get a house.
There's a right hand from Johnson. And another left hand from Johnson.
Now Kirk trying to get control of the fight again, get control of the style, which means to catch Mora walking in the way that he was early. But Kirk is not as quick as he was earlier in the fight, so he's susceptible to getting hit himself in those situations.
Right. And of course you have to ask yourself now, how much of a lead did Kirk Johnson build up early in the fight, and what does Mora need to do to win a decision here should it go all the way?
I think he still could win a decision, I believe. But he's got to, you know, he's got to pretty much sweep the remaining rounds.
Sean O'Grady, we talked a little bit between rounds about whether or not that's a slip. That's not a punch. That is a slip on the paint.
I think he hurt
His
himself.
knee. He hurt his knee. And he's not going to be able to go on, I can tell you. That knee dislocated, and you know what? Kirk Johnson asked the referee, Tommy Cribbs, to get a towel and wipe up the wet spots in this ring, and this is going to cost him the fight.
I thought that Mora may have stepped on the foot of Johnson.
I think he might have there. The fight's over. He can't continue. It's a knee problem.
Mora is a little unsure of what the whole scenario is going to bring him here. But Johnson, he pointed to his leg as soon as he went down. He went down very hard, Barry,
yes,
but I thought that Mora had stepped on his foot. And when he went down, he really couldn't extricate himself.
It's a knee problem. And you could see it almost immediately when he went down. There he is, stepped on his foot.
He's right on the foot, and he tripped, and look at, he falls down very hard.
But you know what? It was the other knee. It wasn't the leg that he got stepped on. See, there's his left leg. It was the right leg.
Yeah, right there with that little step is where I think he hurt the knee. He pointed to it immediately.
Well, and there was a big lump on it. You could see it was dislocated. Now it's back in now, but you just hate to see that.
So I don't think this was not a fake job.
Oh, no.
He went down very hard and immediately pointed to his knee to the referee.
You know, it's interesting. We were just talking to him today about all the numerous injuries he's had. He tore a pectoral muscle, and he feels that affected him in the Klitschko fight.
Well, of course, before that, he had the fight with Lennox Lewis canceled.
That's right.
Because of that.
So we'll take another look at it. It is his right knee.
You're going to watch the left foot of Mora right here. He steps on it. Right there, you can see that he is stepping on the foot. The referee calls it no knockdown, but it's there it is, right there. That's what makes the difference. Down he goes. He hits so hard. That is one of the hardest slips you'll see.
And he is still down, and he is in some pain. No, there's nothing fluke about this at all. And as a matter of fact, to be honest with you, I think you and I both had him ahead in the fight. But
yes. And I thought he was certainly having a better round this round than he had the two previous rounds.
Yeah, no question about it. So we'll sort all of this out. We're going to jump off the track. Another injury, obviously, to Kirk Johnson, whose career has just suffered from one injury after another, and they always seem to come at the most inopportune times. So we'll be back.
6 and 7 start to escape me, and then I felt good in the last round before I dislocated my knee. I guess early in that round, twice I slipped, and I notified the referee that it was slipping around that spot. And then all you know, what happened? I go to the third time, and I dislocated my knee. But
Here's a look at it. Here's a look at it, Cut. Do you think that the slippage really affected you too?
Pardon me?
He stepped on your toe, but do you think that the slippage really affected you too?
I think when he stepped on my toe, it affected me more. Yeah. If he wouldn't have stepped on my toe, my foot would have been able to give, and I wouldn't have dislocated my knee. But hey, these are the type of things that happen in boxing. He stepped on my toe. I'm sure it was a mistake because he's not a dirty fighter. He's a very determined and very good fighter. But the bottom line is I was winning the fight and I was coming back good. But these are unfortunate things that always make me, I'm scared of these type of things.
Well, I agree with you. That's the worst part about boxing, about any sports, is the injuries you have to contend with.
Right.
Kirk, hopefully we'll see you again. Barry Rich, this is a tough guy.
Yeah, it is a tough guy, and you hate to see a fight end like that under any circumstances.
Sure, he's really putting it in perspective. He knows that, this is boxing. He seems very calm down there. And there's a guy I think will do a little celebrating, although he probably was trailing in this fight here tonight.
Well, he is the winner, even though he doesn't really look the part of the winner, and we're going to try to get him back into the ring here and talk with him if we can. In the meantime, we still have our main event as Kirk Johnson is leaving on a gurney here, and that's because they have to keep that knee immobilized. And you hate to see a fight end that way, but we got to give the props to Javier Mora. I mean, he was coming back.